Man, the planes. I hope like, you're gonna hear us all right. But New York's a noisy city. So basically, I'm in New York right now, and we just went to eat some Malaysian food. John here, his channel is Barr. It's gonna be a pretty cool video. And I mean, while I'm with him, kind of asked him to tell me a travel story to keep my travel story series going. So I mean, I think you have some pretty wild stories from back when you were working broadcasting.
Yeah, I was a broadcaster for 10 years, and I did primarily play-by-play on the radio, which required me to live in a lot of different cities around the United States. I lived in Montpelier, Vermont, El Paso, Texas, Great Falls, Montana. So I saw a lot of the country through some interesting means of transportation, a lot of which was taking the bus.
So you're kind of like a sports commentator.
Yeah.
Hey, Sir Slabby! The Wiggles giant easily puts the ball into the basket, making it look easy, which, if you're 7 feet tall, it is.
How'd you even get into this?
I was a journalism major in college, and I did student radio there, so it was the perfect next step for me to go professional.
So, like, what would, like, a typical day look like when you go, like, traveling? How did that work?
It was always interesting because these teams didn't have a lot of money, so it would always be easier for a team to have a bus to take you from point A to point B than it would be to get 25 or 30 plane tickets. So 99% of the time, I would be taking bus rides anywhere from 2 hours to 23 hours.
That's crazy. So can you tell them about, like I don't know, like one time you took the bus that was like pretty crazy?
Yeah, no, I was talking to her at lunch about this. So my baseball team was based out of El Paso, Texas, which is the far western edge of Texas. It's on the Mexico-New Mexico border, so it was super far away from every single other team in the league. The closest other team was 7 hours away in Fort Worth, Texas. So our shortest road trip by bus was 7 hours, so we would be taking 7-hour, 8-hour bus rides routinely like every other week. So you got almost institutionalized to being on these buses for hours on end, and it wasn't a very glamorous way to travel. You were cramped, you just were stuck watching movies, and there was this one trip I'll never forget where our team was playing in Pensacola, Florida, which was the pretty much furthest team away in our division. It was 23 hours by bus, and we would have to do this bus ride at least once or twice a season. So we leave Pensacola, Florida the night before, and we must be going something like 12, 13 hours, and the air conditioner stops working. The bus breaks down. So we're in the middle of nowhere, middle of Texas, and we have no air conditioning. So somehow the bus starts working again, and I'll never forget this. It's so hot. It must be over 100 degrees. The players are taking their shirts off. The bus smells really, really bad. I don't even know if the movies are working anymore. It was just like one of the most miserable experiences you could ever have traveling. And to think I was paid to be doing this. And when we got to El Paso, I have never seen people get off a bus so quickly before. They just ran off that thing, and we had a game 2 hours later, and I had to work that night. So I think I ran home, took a shower, and went back to the car.
Wait, it's like 23 hours. Did you guys sleep?
I would take sleeping pills. Like, I would take 2 NyQuil, put an eye mask on, put on a hood, put on headphones, and then have a sleeping bag on the floor of the bus. So after dealing with that, I don't think I could ever complain about even the worst hostel in the worst country.
Yeah, people tell like, oh, I'm scared of hostels. Like, I don't know if it's like sanitary. There's a lot of people in the same room. Well, if you went through that, whatever, man. Hostels are luxurious.
If you could sleep on the floor of a bus with 25 other people, you could sleep anywhere.
But I mean, it wasn't only that. It was some good times too, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to meet the baseball players. Some of them actually went to the major leagues, and occasionally we would stay at really nice hotels. It was a total mix. Like, we stayed at the Crown Plaza one time in St. Paul, Minnesota. It was a 5-star hotel, and then another time we stayed at some Fleabag motel in Shreveport, Louisiana, where there was no internet. I spent times at hotels which I wouldn't recommend my worst enemies. Were horrible. It's interesting. It kind of got me into traveling, I would say, that experience. Yeah.
Like, I mean, you've seen a lot of the states basically through that job.
Yeah, I've been to such obscure cities like Casper, Wyoming, and Sioux City, Iowa, just household names, right?
Yeah, everybody knows Sioux City.
Everyone knows Sioux City and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Just the type of places most people have never heard of, but they're actually interesting. So it was a fun way to see the United States, and I think it really did spark my travel bug. It was a sort of unintended consequence of being a sports broadcaster. But now, instead of traveling to Sioux City, I'm going to like Mexico City.
I mean, who even heard of Mexico City?
Sort of Mexico City, yeah.
Yeah, like, I never heard of that place, but Sioux City, that's on my list.
Put Sioux City on your list for sure.
Alright, well, thanks for the story, man. That was a lot of fun. I mean, I'm kind of doing a similar thing right now, traveling with my job, and traveling for work is not the same, but it does give you like the little taste, you know?
No, I mean, you're going to cooler spots than I was. This was a lot of fun for me,
Yeah. Anyway, definitely go check out. Oh, straight.
We're in the middle of like a squash game right now. That just happened.
It was kind of the quietest place we could find. It's like a park, but there's like a squash game going on over there, and like basketball behind us.
You need to slow-mo that. Please slow-mo that for me. I think they want us to leave.
Okay, yeah, I think it's time to go. Anyway, definitely go check out John's channel and go check out the video we did today eating the Malaysian food. And yeah, see you at the next travel story.
Bye.